You don't miss the person. You miss the moment you thought they would reach out. You check your phone, not because you expect a message, but because your body still hasn't accepted that it won't come. This isn't weakness. This is psychology. After a breakup, people assume the pain comes from memories. But most of the pain doesn't come from the past. It comes from the pause, the unanswered pause, the silence that feels unfinished. Your brain is wired to complete patterns. When a connection ends without closure, your mind treats it like an unsolved problem. And unsolved problems demand attention. That's why the silence feels louder than the arguments ever were. Every time you check your phone, your brain releases a small amount of dopamine, not because a message arrived, but because it might. This is the same mechanism behind gambling. Uncertainty is addictive. Hope is addictive. Your brain keeps saying, just one more check. Not because you're desperate, but because your nervous system is still waiting for safety. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. You're not waiting for them. You're waiting for confirmation. Confirmation that you mattered, that you weren't easily replaced, that the connection was real. When the text never comes, your brain fills the silence with self-blame. Maybe I wasn't enough. Maybe I was forgettable. Maybe it never meant as much to them. And that is what hurts. People say, just move on. But psychologically, moving on requires finality. And silence doesn't give finality. Silence gives ambiguity. Ambiguity keeps emotional doors half open. Half-open doors leak energy. That's why you feel tired all the time. Not sad, tired. Your mind is running in the background, trying to close something it was never allowed to finish. If they texted you today, it wouldn't magically fix everything. But it would do one thing. It would tell your nervous system, I wasn't imagining it. That's the real craving. Validation, not reunion. Recognition, not reconciliation. And once you understand that, the waiting changes shape. Not everyone avoids texting because they don't care. Some people avoid closure because it forces them to feel guilt. Some avoid it because they've already emotionally detached. Some avoid it because acknowledging your pain would mean confronting their own behavior. Silence is often self-protection, not superiority. Your brain doesn't let go through willpower. It lets go through replacement of certainty. You don't need their text to move on. You need a different certainty. Certainty that the connection existed, your feelings were real, and the ending does not define your worth. Once your brain accepts that, the phone slowly loses its power. Healing doesn't feel dramatic. It happens quietly when you realize you forgot to check your phone for an hour, then 2 hours, then a whole day. Not because you stopped caring, but because your nervous system finally relaxed. That's when waiting ends. Closure doesn't come from a text. It comes from understanding that silence was an answer, just not the one you wanted. And once you accept that, you stop waiting. Not because you lost hope, but because you reclaimed yourself.